So over the years, I really tried to pin down some of the techniques and some of the ways of addressing challenging parts of facilitation. For example, I'm often asked, what do you do when you're sitting in a group and somebody just dominates? They go on and on and on and on, and you can't get them to stop. Whereas others are hard to draw out. They are quiet, they sit back, and so on. So these are some of the techniques that I've developed, I work with. And interestingly enough, some of the anecdotes are really telling. For example, some people who dominate actually know that they dominate, and they're just waiting for somebody to help them put some controls on them. I remember one time there was a dominator, and before you know it, everybody was rolling their eyes at the meeting. And I actually took my conversation with him offline, and I said, I'd really like your help in encouraging other people to come in on the conversation. You do have some important things to say, but it would really be helpful to me if you could decrease the amount of time you talk. He said, oh, I know, I talk too much. Just tell me to shut up. So sometimes we make assumptions about how well people are aware that they're doing things, and what they need to help them decrease their domination. Same thing with people who are hesitant to come in on things. And what I've done at times is just go around the room and say, what help do you need in coming into the conversation? And that's also very telling. Sometimes it's only doing that round table and asking people what help they need helps them actually start talking more. And some people have indicated that they would like to participate, but their thinking process is not as quick as some others' thinking process. So they just need a bit of time to collect their thoughts and come in on a conversation. Well, here's a technique to help those folks. Sometimes when I'm asking a group a question and I'm inviting them to weigh in on it, I slow down the conversation by saying, okay, before we start our dialogue, I'd like everybody to write down some notes as to what they would like to say. We're going to take 10 to 20 seconds. It's not a long time, but it's enough time for people to write down what they want to say. And that gives people time to catch up if they're a slower thinker. And also, when they've written down what they want to say, they have more courage to say it. So those are just a couple of techniques that really work well when you're working with different people in a group, because everyone thinks differently, everyone needs different time to process, and everybody learns differently. So those are some of the things that we go over, we think about, we learn techniques about in facilitating meetings.